Hello everyone, and thanks for joining. Again, you're looking at that Sears and Roebuck Company Silvertone Companion 57D 1704. My apologies for some of the background noise. I've got the air conditioning turned on out in the shop today. In the 50s yesterday and almost 80 today with high humidity. So thought I would run it for a bit and cool things down. So I had a few hours today to spend on the cabinet here, and you can see one of the things that I needed to tackle was that reproduction front, and that's what I've got. Again, this is a scale copy. I took it, placed it on the flatbed scanner, printed that out, and here you can see I'm using a multi-purpose adhesive, and I'll spray the back of the template. Let it tack up for 30-45 seconds, and then you can see I'm going to apply it here on some birch plywood. The tools at my disposal are very, very basic. I don't have a lot of power tools or real fancy tools. I do a lot just with hand tools or by hand. One of the great tips I remember from my shop teacher back in school, again, in these corner locations, you always want to have a starting point, ending point. So again, just using a drill there that has a diameter, or the bit has a diameter slightly less than those corner pieces. And sorry about the shaky video in the picture-in-picture here, but I was trying to guide that piece here and not make a mess out of it with one hand. A little difficult to do there without a tripod set up. Again, not overly concerned about having precise results, because you can see here I'm just taking some sandpaper and just going back through those corner pieces here with some 60 grit, and that cleans things up really, really well. And then I still need to go back over it probably with 120 grit and just get a better finish. So here you can see the front now has been cut out completely, and again, just the rough sanding that I mentioned. I think it turned out pretty well. There's a few flaws here that I can actually correct once I apply the veneer itself, and then kind of fill in a couple locations where I didn't get a good smooth cut. The back side there of the front, there's a cavity or a cutout for that nut for the volume control, so I had to take care of that. Then had a little bit more time, so I went on and decided to tackle the top piece here as well. The top piece itself was relatively easy and not very time consuming. Just a little time here just to set up my very basic router. Again, I lean on my Dremel, and I've got some router bits and stuff that come in handy. This is an 1/8 of an inch route, and it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, because again I'm using that 1/4 inch birch plywood. So just for my hobby, this tool serves me well. And you can see I've got it placed on, and one thing you may notice here, I don't go all the way to the end, and that's by design. If you'll look here at the other photo from the original top, there's another corner piece there that's applied to create a rounding effect of the cabinet where it transitions from the top to the sides. So I'll kind of ponder on that just a bit and decide what approach works best. I may actually just fill that in with some wood putty. Then I can actually form it the way that I need it to be. Again, the front piece, and then just a real quick fitting here of the front with the top placed on as well with a couple clamps. Again, I haven't placed any glue yet. A little tired here at the end of the day, so I'm going to forego that and make sure I'm a little bit fresher when I apply the glue, so I get it right the first time, not trying to break this thing apart or end up with a redo. So great progress today, and I think it's going to be beautiful. I was going to leave the front off and do the veneer work, but I was really concerned I may damage or mess up the finish itself, especially that inlay that I need to reproduce. So I'll probably, again, just glue this thing up, let it set up for 24 hours. So folks, thanks again for following along. Hopefully maybe you picked up a tip or something along the way, or at least enjoyed seeing the progress so far. Anyway, take care. Thanks again for watching.